So first,
Absolutely.
and I was
Let's
like,
dig it all up.
oh, no.
True.
You'll never guess.
So, sidebar. Yes.
And also, I feel like I shouldn't have to remember everything.
I know.
Actually, I have to talk about this.
3, 2, 1. Hi, everyone. I'm Meredith, and this is also podcast. Alicia is out for this episode, but I've got a very special guest here to talk about Love Island UK Series 13. Before we jump into it, please don't forget to rate, review, subscribe, all of the things. Information is in the description. Let's jump into it. Welcome back to the podcast, Keagan. So excited to talk Love Island with you.
Hello, I'm back. Did you miss me? Because I missed you.
I love it. We're headed to the UK to dive into series 13 of Love Island UK. A bit delayed, but I feel like back-to-back Love Island US to UK seasons are chaotic. And so it's just living on an island for months and months and months.
Totally. And I feel like my problem is I was in denial about the US season for so long. I was like, US is so good, US is so good. And I didn't want to admit that it was bad. So because of that, I put off UK for so long. And then when I popped in, I was like,
if you
oh, it actually
compare
is.
it, you're like, oh, I can tell it's US isn't there whenever you're like seeing UK in action.
Yeah, and I feel like with the UK, I need to warm up to the accents. Like, I don't always know what's going on right away.
True.
And it just is a bit of a culture shock for me. But when I get in it, I'm in it.
I agree. I think they just tend to pop off in a more entertaining fashion when there are accents. It pulls me in a little bit more, but I have no clue what's going on. And I'm usually not invested in a Love Island season until week 3. So the fact that UK goes 2 extra weeks than the US helps me with my appreciating them phase. But this one for me, I'm curious what you thought by the end. It died off for me a little bit this UK season.
Totally. I feel like by week 6, I was like, I know who's winning.
Yeah.
Whereas I feel like with US, they could have gone longer and added more bombshells.
Yes.
But UK needed to end at least a week earlier.
To be honest, I wish it was swapped. I wish USA was 8 weeks this year, and I wish UK was 6. The one thing that inhibits US is that their house cannot hold more people. UK, the beds they pull down out of nowhere. I'm like, where are all these people sleeping? And then we somehow have all these Murphy beds coming out, and I'm like, all right, great. Welcome to the villa.
Welcome to the party. I did not know that about the architecture of the home, but
yeah, their UK has random twin beds that can come down, and I believe there's 3 or 4 of them. And then I know they have at least one, I'm gonna call it double or queen size bed that can pull down somewhere.
And you can always sleep outside with the owls and the bugs.
So many opportunities for these people. All right, well, let's dive into the beginning of the season. We start off with week 1, our first episode. We meet the original Islanders, which is always key to be an original Islander. So we have on the men's side, Lorenzo, Samraj, Aiden, Sean, Sam, and Opie. What did you think about these men?
I'm going to eat my words because originally I was like, oh my God, I love Aiden. I loved Aiden from, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the tattoos.
Yeah.
But something about him just got me excited.
He seemed cheeky, he was fun, ready to banter, and I feel like he draws people in. And I stand by that even by the time we get to the end of the season. He knows how to get people in.
He knows what he does to me. Lorenzo, I never wavered on. He was my favorite from day one.
Oh, love him.
And the third person that I think I was drawn to was Sean. However, or Fitzy, I guess his name is. I saw his TikTok and it immediately gave me the ick. Oh my God, if you've never seen his TikTok before, he has videos from 2020 and he has a mohawk and he does really, I was going to say creepy, but let's go with the word cringy TikTok dances and impressions.
Shut up.
So I'm going to need you to do some homework after this. It's bad. It's
okay,
really bad.
I am really good, especially if I'm behind on not looking into the Islanders' social media. And I think because also the USA would not let the Islanders have people manage their accounts, I got out of the habit of looking into them too. So no, I haven't looked at anyone's social media still to this day.
Oh, no.
Wow.
Okay.
It's
we got to get on this. You have lots of
I didn't even think about looking until you just mentioned that.
Okay, well, you're welcome. But what boys were you into? Or not
I
into him?
liked Lorenzo. I was very excited about him. Little Italian stallion vibes going on. It gave me, oh, what's his name from Summer House? Andrea. I was
Andrea.
like,
Mhm.
okay, here we go, an Andrea of the UK. I was excited about Sean Fitzy as well. I feel like he has
Mhm.
this great aura about him, and I will say I don't think we got to see that the rest of the
Yeah.
season, mainly because they didn't show a
So,
lot of scenes of him in general.
he was immediately tied down and then they just faded.
Yeah, and
Except
that typically
they came back.
happens. Like if you are in a serious couple, they stop giving you screen time, which is like an unfortunate
Yeah.
circumstance of how the show has to work. Like they care about the single people more.
Yeah, it's like we want you to find love, but don't find love too
Too
seriously or too
fast.
fast
Yeah.
because then you're not going to be on the show anymore. So, yeah.
Yes. On the women's side, we had Angelista, Mika, Jasmine, Ellie, Lola, and Robin as our original Islanders. What do you think of them?
I've got to say, I like when the OGs are so strong that they stay for most of the season.
Yeah.
So I feel like I liked this group of girls. At first I liked Lola. And we're gonna get there soon, but she turned on me quickly. Um,
Yeah. I liked how
and
quickly she knew what she wanted. She said she
Mhm.
wanted Fitzy because they started the season in a new way where they just kind of like all talked about who they were going to pick and they just kind of let them at it. And she was like, I want him. We're a couple. And I appreciate being direct and knowing what you want.
Yeah, totally. And I also liked Mika a lot. I feel like I don't know if it was episode 1 or 2. Maya Jama was like, "So who are you into?" And she was like, "I'm really into Samjay." And Samraj was like, "It's Samraj." And like that just if someone can make me laugh on the first episode, I like them immediately. So I started the season liking her, and I didn't like Jasmine at the beginning, but Jasmine ended up being
I
probably my favorite.
agree. But I think she had such a good arc with the audience. I mean, some people didn't like her. Obviously, people are always going to be disliked, but I kind of liked her being this bad bitch, cold hearted person. And then she unravels slowly and you get to know her and see her heart and things like that.
Mhm.
But
Yeah,
I
I
love
was
Mika
like,
as well.
yeah, I honestly liked all of them. I feel like
Yeah.
at the start I was like, oh, I don't know who I'm gonna hate yet, and then I quickly learned.
Yeah. Well, we had a big twist early on where Yasmin and George come in day two, and they are told before they even enter the house that by the end of their first 24 hours, they will have to kick two people out of the villa, which is like heart wrenching every
Same.
time that this happens. Usually they don't even know it's going to happen. This time they told them up front, like, you're actually picking someone instead of just picking, like, oh, a partner of theirs or like and not knowing what's going to happen. So we see they end up dumping Ellie and Samraj from the island. How'd you feel about this twist and then those two being the ones who left?
Okay, well, the first thing I have to say is there's already accents, and then you want me to tell the difference between Yasmin and Jasmine. Like, I'm
Right?
like, what's going on right now? I don't know how to
Oh my
compute who's
god.
who. And
And
like they look
they shortened both of them too. They'd always go Jazz or
yes.
Jazz and I was like, no, 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 no,
No.
no.
No. So that's where I started with those two, but I actually ended up really liking Yasmin.
Mhm.
I had a sneaking suspicion that they weren't going to kick people off that early. I feel like I've
Yeah.
watched enough reality TV to know, like, we're going to give them another chance. And I really like that they gave them another chance because I always liked Ellie,
Yeah.
and until the end, she was one of my favorites. I knew she had heart in her. I didn't care for Sam Raj too much, but Ellie,
I
at least, I
agree.
was like,
I was way more concerned about Ellie. Like I really liked her. I loved that Scottish accent. She just has spice to her. Is a really charismatic on the screen. So I was like, wow, if they kick her off, like this is going downhill fast.
fast. And she ended up being like the breakout star of the season, other than Lorenzo.
100%. Especially when, so they go to the hideaway and then they end up going on dates. And we meet Kevin and Priya are the new bombshells. And they enter the villa, all four of them. And Ellie, with her fucking purse with nothing in it, was a star from the get go.
I love that goddamn purse. I love it. Like I'm a killer for a prop. That's why I love Real Housewives of Atlanta. Any kind of
Yeah,
prop that we could bring out, bring it. I love it.
that's very true. And I love when she like walks in and she's like, I'm back. Like anybody who's like, bitches, you thought you were done with me? Here we go.
And wasn't the twist that they had to match with Priya and Cav,
Yes.
or else they weren't coming back?
Yeah, they did a recoupling I think it was like one day later. And if
Mm.
Cav and Priya did not pick Samraj and Ellie, those two were going
Mm.
home. And
Mm.
so if they picked other people, like, it's fine, everybody else is fine. So then that adds an immense amount of guilt to these new bombshells who are already on an uphill battle. Like, when you're not an OG, it is tough to be a bombshell. I'm like, of course they're going to pick them. Like, nobody wants to actually be the reason somebody has to go home.
Yeah, totally. And they're also like, okay, like, am I going to make a million enemies right now? Everyone's already friends. Like, what do I
Yeah,
do? I also don't want to be the bad guy on day one.
100%.
But what I need to say this, Priya is maybe one of the most beautiful women I've ever seen in my life. And
I
like,
couldn't agree more.
I'm gay, so that means a lot coming from me. But Priya is gorgeous. I just have to say that.
Stunning. And also, Cav is Aiden's brother, which is in its of itself like, oh my god, what a twist. But it's Ellie was with Aiden and then now has to like date Cav was crazy.
First of all, it's crazy. Second of all, I never want to see siblings on Love Island ever again.
Couldn't agree more.
Actually, I could handle it if the siblings have some sort of like emotional maturity to them.
Mm.
But those two brothers, I could have done without them.
I can't wait to talk about how those brothers affect every point of this season because to
It's,
me, they're the reason that I had to stop like watching it on a daily basis because Aiden was a fucking menace this
yeah.
season.
And like Kevin on his own probably would have been a great normal guy. But the
Mm-hmm.
two of them together, Aiden just pulled both of their Q scores down so far.
1000%,
Yeah.
1000%.
And okay,
It
wait,
was
remind
so
me,
bad.
which one's older? I feel like
Wait,
Kevin
I
is
was gonna
older,
ask
but
you. I don't know. I have no idea.
I think that Aiden is actually older, which is why it's
I
surprising.
think so because I think Cav might be 21. I feel like
Yeah, that makes
Jasmine said
sense.
that. Yeah.
That makes sense. Yeah.
And I think because Cav is the younger brother, he really looks to his older brother for advice. And then the person on the other side of that is Aiden.
Is Aiden not the person you want to get advice from? Yeah.
No, 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 no. Oh my gosh. But we end up obviously we continue on, people recouple, but we get George leaving, and then we get some new bombshells. Mibs, Victoria, get some recouplings. In the Mibs and Victoria entering, they do those dates where all the guys go, they're caught on camera, it stirs up some drama. And then they get to pick two people to continue with dates. So Mibs picks Lorenzo and Sam. Victoria dates Ope and Samraj. We continue with some more bombshells with Simba, Tommy. Robin goes home. To be honest, the biggest twist I want to get to after Victoria and Ope go home is the sleepover. We get
Mm.
4 new bombshells immediately, and 4 of the original Islanders go into a house, and it is a co-ed house. It's kind of like a mini casa, but like you gotta mix in there. What did you think about this sleepover?
I think that I like it. I think I like any opportunity where I was going to call them villagers, islanders. The islanders get to leave a place
Yeah,
that's like sort of comfortable to them and put them in an
I
even more
agree.
comfortable situation. I also like, I'm a sucker for the stupid games they play.
Yeah.
And like, I feel like you don't get to see someone how they truly want to act until they're outside of their little bubble they've been in. And like, your couple isn't watching everything you're
I was
doing.
about to say, it's like not even so of like being outside the bubble. It's the hawk eyes of everybody on the villa ready to like attack you for wanting to have one conversation with a person. It's interesting how quickly people go kind of insane and how they treat each other of like, oh, I can't believe you talked to that woman. When in reality, if like you were on the outside, it's like, oh, that's a bummer, like that hurts, but we wouldn't be so like rushed over somebody just talking to somebody else.
And I actually want to backtrack a little bit to when Namibia and Victoria came
Oh
in,
yeah.
because one of my favorite twists was when the boys didn't know that they were being filmed and the rest of the villa was watching their dates. And like,
Mm-hmm.
as a reality TV lover, that is what gets me going. It's like, you have no idea that they're filming you right now. You think you're in a safe space.
Well,
Well,
you
at
know
least,
they're filming, but you
yeah,
just assume only the public is
yeah.
gonna
You
see,
don't know it's
not
being
these
live
women.
streamed back to the other
Yeah.
villa. And like,
Yeah.
I just love to see men acting like nothing could shake them when
Mm-hmm.
in reality they're being live streamed back to their couples.
100%. And it's interesting, it's always the men that these twists are used against. You never see the women having to be caught in 4K.
It's almost like it wouldn't happen to the women.
Oh,
Interesting.
interesting. Interesting. Every twist where people are caught on camera, it's always the men.
Yeah. It's funny
Yeah,
how that
I
works out.
enjoyed that as well. I love when they show them a live stream because,
Mhm.
a photo, you can like come up in your head with an idea of why it would make sense. But when you physically see and hear what they are saying, when they don't think you are watching and their guard is down, tells you everything. And Ope is the one who fell victim of that, is he just let it all out and then was like, whoa, whoa, you're mad at me for that? Yeah, yes.
Yes.
Yes, you literally slagged me off.
Sorry, speaking of OP falling, I just have to say my two of my favorite moments were the two times that he fell and slipped. I was watching to refresh for this, I was watching top moments of Love Island UK on
Oh my
TikTok and I
gosh.
could not escape him slipping and falling. It was so good. So good.
It's crazy because I don't remember any other Islanders like falling like that.
No. And like the thing is, even if they did, they probably edited it out to make them look better. But with him, they're like, let's keep it in. Let's keep it in.
Yes. He also got heavily tagged with the one who was most likely to be here for fame. And I always find that an interesting argument people come up with on reality TV shows. Like, babe, you're all here for fame. Like, why are
Yeah.
we taking this like so seriously?
Like, I would do it for fame. Like, you don't have to be like, it's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing to be there for
No.
fame. If that's the only reason you're there, maybe it is a bad thing, but
Yeah.
you
If
wouldn't
you're
have said
unwilling
yes.
to participate in the experience and try for the love part, that's where it's only a bad thing.
Yeah,
And you're being like a menace or lying to people. But like if you're there for love and fame, all right, this is a TV show. I expect it. That's bare minimum.
exactly. I mean, I would only go for the fame, but hey.
I would be open to the love. Like if it happened, I'd be like, okay, like I'll try. I'll
Yeah.
I'll flirt with
Okay, wait.
people.
I need to know, would you be able to be kissing and doing these challenges with your parents watching?
Oh my god, absolutely not. I don't even tell my
Okay,
parents when I'm dating someone. I'm the
okay,
most
same.
secretive I don't even tell my friends. I'm the most secretive dater ever.
Okay, so maybe the show's not for us.
No. Well, the bathing suits are actually
Right.
the real thing that
Yeah.
I could not do. But yeah, having everybody watch and me not know what's going on
Mhm.
would stress me out.
Same. Yeah.
It's not for us. Okay, so back to the sleepover. The newbies are Finley, Tina, Chitty, I forget how we pronounce his name,
Me too.
and Haley, gosh, so many names in here. And then the Islanders that are taken from the OG Villa are Yasmin, Kevin, Simba, and Mika. How did you feel about those four OG Islanders coming into the sleepover?
Again, I feel like I like to see those people like sort of in a wild area,
Mm-hmm.
especially my girl Mika. I like to
Yeah.
see her just like get a little frisky, freaky on
She
the
was in a
wild
good
side.
spot too. Like she
Mhm.
had friend zone Samraj. Like she was open to new people. I felt like this was a great spot for her specifically to be.
Same. And this is where her and Simba sort of got together.
Yes. Yeah, she like kind of had already been flirting with Simba and then they end up kissing outside of a challenge. I love the distinction. Like it has to be in a challenge it's okay, out of a challenge
Every
not.
time, not okay. Yeah.
But it was good for them to be able to have like we talked about earlier, like not being able to do this in front of the other Islanders was huge for them and then to also explore a few new other people.
And I gotta say, up until what happened with him, I liked Finley.
Me too. Me too.
And I keep seeing this meme that's like Finley laughs like H-A-H-A-H-A. That's exactly what he sounds like.
You're so right. He felt like this like really like all-American boy. Obviously he's not from America, but like that like stereotypical just like nice guy. And he went to this sleepover. He went to Casa and he just like seemed to always play it well. So by the time we get to the end, I was like surprised. But yeah, I felt like he was doing things respectfully. He was excited, he was happy. Like he was just this like cheery person when not everybody else maybe was.
I can appreciate someone who's just there to laugh and have a good time.
100%. 100%. Yeah. I didn't love the rest of the newbies as much. I feel like we didn't get to capture their personality and like nobody clicked with them off the bat. That made it like, oh, I'm rooting for this grouping. Like of all these 8 people, like nobody really got together. So they all go back to the villa and I'm like, here's 4 more random people.
I'm going to be honest, I don't remember any of them other than
Only
Finley.
Finley. Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember Tina because they kept calling her the Pocket Rocket.
Oh yeah, I
And
remember Tina.
she was technically paired with Keagan and then went to Aiden. So every time somebody went between the brothers, I was like, weird family dynamics. I can't do this. Like, no, thank you.
Yeah, no thanks. Also, but I feel like they liked it. They liked it. Oh, you're with my brother? Come
Oh
here.
my God.
Ew.
You're so right. They only went after the same people.
Hmm. Well, they have the same type.
True, true. Well, during this time, we have Yasmin and Aiden trying to like work it out and going back and forth, but Aiden kept calling Yasmin Ellie. What did you think about their pairing?
Okay, first of all, that was when I knew it was downhill for Aiden and he could not recover
Yes.
because not only did he
Yes.
do it once, he did it twice, maybe even three times. I know for sure twice. And the first time he did it, he was like, "Oh no, I didn't say that. I didn't call you
I
Ellie."
know.
And it's like, bro, you're on camera.
Also, like,
If you
just
did,
apologize. I feel
oh,
like if he was like, I'm so sorry, like, I don't mean to, it just like, unfortunately, like, came out, would play a lot better, but he always denied it.
yeah. And like, you know what? I can get how they maybe look alike if I took my glasses off, but they don't really look alike. They're just
No.
blonde.
No. You
No.
just like both of them, and that's okay. And like just
Yes, it
own
is.
up to it. Like, we're not that serious. I'm still into Ellie. She shut me down.
Yeah, totally. I feel like I did like them as a couple though, I'll be honest.
I did too. If Aiden could have been a better person and partner, I think they could have ran the entire season and I think they would have won.
Because this was when Yasmin was between Aiden and Lorenzo, correct?
She started talking to Lorenzo by the second Ellie drop. Yeah.
Okay. I never saw Yasmin and Lorenzo
Me
as a couple.
neither. I saw
She
her
just
with
likes them.
Aiden way more than Lorenzo, but I think she didn't like how Aiden was moving, so she wanted something else, and you just like cling on. Like I think they are good friends, and like that works, but
Mhm.
she just wanted to get away from Aiden. Let's be honest.
True. And who wouldn't?
Yeah, to be honest, if I need to get away from Aiden and I have to seek comfort in the arms of a beautiful Italian man,
Oof.
I will do the
So
same.
hard. Yeah, it's such a hard life you would live. Yeah.
Well, as we go on, we have Mibs and Sam being dumped from the island, and then Chitty and Hallie are also dumped. Then the final dumping during that week 3, Ellie and Lorenzo actually have to choose someone, and they choose Tina and Tommy, which was very difficult for Lorenzo because he was like loved Tommy, but first like OG to really go outside of Robin, but like the one who had been there for a while.
I love when shows like this turn into Survivor a little bit or like Big
Yeah.
Brother and they're like, now you need to send people home. I don't want the hey, I will say I think the public vote could have been more prominent this season. I feel like we went many weeks without the public voting.
I agree.
Um, and I think if the public got to vote more, Fitzy and Lola would not have made it very far.
Same with
Um,
Mika and Samraj. Like,
Same.
I
Yeah, totally.
think, like, they constantly were trying to, the public, getting their least favorite, or like least favorite people out, but it just never was, it kept backfiring in how the production set it up this season.
Yeah, totally. But I will say I love to see the Islanders have to send one of their own home because I feel like it really shows their emotion, but also like, are they strategically thinking or are they playing just for their friends?
I always wonder that too. And I actually prefer it when they force two people, favorite guy, favorite girl, to pick someone rather than a like group vote.
Same, same.
I think it gives more drama. You get like a direct thing rather than this like lamenting of, we don't want to do this. We know you don't want to vote someone out. Like, of course you would rather sit in a free house with 20 of your friends hanging out, but like, we got to keep it moving, people.
Yeah, and that way you get one common enemy versus like, oh well, we all made the decision as a group, so you can't really be mad at anyone. But
Yeah.
it's like, actually, Lorenzo, you made that decision.
But at the same time, you know that the public is obsessed with these people. So to be honest, as an Islander, you can't really be upset with those people.
Yeah, okay, see, these are the things that would be running through my head. I'd be like, everyone likes Lorenzo, but I'm mad at Lorenzo's decision. What do I do? I have to be Lorenzo's friend.
I know. Or like, how do I get to Lorenzo's position? Because I'm sure there's an edit and a million different worlds where like majority of the people could be the favorite if you're edited correctly, if your scenes are shown. There's so much of this show on the cutting room floor. It is crazy like what we missed out on and like how do we get to our favorites? It's like we're being spoon-fed certain people.
Yeah, this is why I have to look at these shows not with the same lens that I watch like Survivor and Big Brother because they choose what to put on air.
Yeah.
And you can normally tell during the edit who's going to win or who's going to make it pretty far. But I like that during Love Island, at least it's live and
Mm-hmm.
they can't really edit it to favor someone. They can, but if the public likes someone in real time, they're not just re editing a season's worth of
That
episodes.
specific episode. It's like they're
Mm.
gonna go with the drama and what's interesting to watch, and you're gonna form your opinion and reactions off of that based on like a fight that happened. But like they're always gonna go with the conflict couples and things like
Mhm.
that rather than, oh, Ellie's the favorite. We honestly didn't even see that much of Ellie this season, but people loved her because the minute you did see her, people were like
Yeah.
fawning over it.
I think it was, I don't know what the psychological phenomenon is, but because I knew that everyone liked her, I started to like her more.
Yeah.
And like,
I
I do
totally
like
get
her,
that.
but I didn't think I loved her until I realized, oh, everyone loves her. Okay, I love her.
I think that she, despite minimal screen time, had a huge impact with that screen time. Like everything she said, people like was an iconic line. It's kind of like a housewife quote of sorts. Whereas some other people were either naggy or having problems, or like you just see more of them, so then you tend to dislike them.
And I loved her accent.
I loved her accent, especially when she said like fucking dick. Like amazing.
What is she, Scottish? It's Scottish.
Yeah, she's
Yeah,
Scottish.
love it.
Okay, so we get to the point where it is Casa Amor, but right before Casa Amor, Cav and Jasmine are in a very rocky spot, and Cav cannot get over Jasmine and Lorenzo's friendship in this whole like affair situation that's going on. What did you think about Jasmine and Lorenzo's friendship?
Okay, this is where I come out as a Jazz Renzo truther because there is still endgame for me. And
I
regardless of
see
what's
it.
happening, who won, I don't care. In 10 years' time, they're going to be together. And when they are, we're going to clip this podcast and I'm going to say I predicted the future because those two are meant to be together and you can't tell me otherwise.
I
So,
agree with you. I think they are more suited for each other than the partners that they had. I think the partners that they had were fine and great, like they worked for them. But I think Jasmine put up a wall with Lorenzo because he was kind of a dick to her at the beginning. And she, out of like self respect, was like, absolutely not, I'm not dealing with this. And then they became great friends, but it was too late into the Cav Jasmine cycle for Lorenzo to break through.
yeah. And I feel like Lorenzo needs a girl that's a little spicy, that's like knows what she wants,
Yeah.
says what she wants. And like, I feel like Lorenzo just wasn't used to handling that in the moment. And he didn't have the environment to thrive with that kind of a woman. But I think in the real world he could. And I'm
I
still
agree.
hoping that it's gonna happen.
I think them living together 24/7 at the beginning is what hindered it. Is
Mhm.
they had issues, but then you still have to be around this person, so it just constantly builds and builds and builds. You don't get reprieve from the annoyance and to
Mhm.
like fall in love with them. Like distance does make the heart grow fonder, or at least like makes those little comments go away a lot faster.
Mhm.
But
And you
I
have the
mean,
whole island saying, "Oh, they're having an affair, blah blah blah," and it's like we're literally just talking. And you know
I
what?
know.
Did they talk more than any other pair of people that weren't in a couple? Yeah, sure. They definitely were talking a lot more. But even when we get to movie night and they show like the affair, they don't really show anything bad.
No, I know. That's what's crazy is like the Islanders being upset by what was shown in those clips is crazy to me because I'm like, nothing was that crazy in the clips. It's the fact that they just have insane friend chemistry and they just vibe so well and they constantly pull each other. Like, I would be more mad that you're constantly pulling her, not at what you're saying. Well, if they were saying inappropriate stuff, absolutely. But Cav would always get hung up on a joke. And I'm like, that was clearly a joke. You got to be able to move on or like back yourself that she wants you and chose you.
Yeah, like make Love Island lighthearted again. Like it's not that serious.
It's why can't people friendly flirt? I love like bantering with people and not wanting to sleep with them.
Exactly.
They
Exactly.
do want to sleep with each other, but like we got to give people the benefit of the doubt and you got to for Cav's sake, he's the one who destroyed him and Jasmine in my opinion. Plus Aiden. But like the brother side of the fence is what tore that down and got them to the break that Jasmine and Cav are on by the time Casa Amor comes around.
Yeah. Anything that one of the brothers does, the other brother had an impact into. And like
Absolutely.
they took each other down.
But to be honest, actually, I think Aiden did more destruction to Cav's relationship than Cav did because Aiden was literally in Cav's ear all the time with anything anti-Jazz up until the very end.
Yeah. That's true. I feel like I guess because Cat or Aiden destroys his own ship, like he takes his own ship down with him. I guess Cavan's ship sinking, I don't always equate it to Aiden influencing him so much.
Oh,
But
I
now that I
did.
think about it, I'm like, okay, yeah, it was totally the brother. I just like
I think Cav had insecurities and he would come to the guys and Aiden and share them. And Aiden would be in his ear and validating those insecurities, but also like making them bigger. Whereas the other
mm,
guys would sometimes play devil's advocate, give Jazz a side, or like be like, I hear you, that is frustrating, but like it's not as big as you think it is. It's not as bad. Like the Lorenzo Jazz thing. A lot of the other guys would be like, they are just friends. Like that is just who they are. But Aiden would be like, no, there's something there.
yeah, okay, maybe he is the older brother because
I think
that's
he's
very
the
older
older
brother
brother.
energy. Yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
But we go into Casa Amor, and everybody's exploring typical Casa. The guys hit the ground running, immediately ready to like ditch their couples. The girls take a little bit like more time to warm up. We did get a whole postcard, like photo challenge type of thing, which this was diabolical. Having the Casa girls take photos of the OG Villa guys to match descriptions. Now, I don't have really any of them, but in the photos, I remember we get Cav making out with Charlene, Simba being really flirty. I was shocked they did not get his kiss on camera.
Mhm.
Basically, every boy doing shit, clearly ready to move on. And the girls are freaking out as they should.
Can I say this is my favorite twist of the season or it's a little like game. I
Mm-hmm.
love this. I need them to bring it back every year. I get rid of all those stupid food challenges and give me this
Right?
because I was obsessed. I also like any challenge that doesn't give everyone all the information but gives them just a little bit so then their own minds start to spiral a little
I
bit.
agree.
And that maybe makes me a sick person in the head, but I like to see them like not know the full story and try to figure out what the story is.
I agree. I think they need to switch it up always in how they give this information because the guys will get too ahead of it. But I'm thinking like give a little confession booth or a photo booth to UK next year where the girls and the guys go in, or if it's a confessional booth, the girls get a like take 30-minute second clips of the Casa girls like saying what's going on and spilling the tea, and then like the OG girls can go in and listen. And there's just so many ways to do this where you share just a little bit of information, because let's be honest, like the Casa girls want the OG girls to turn as well, because then
Hmm.
if they get to come back with the OG guys, it makes their life a lot easier in sticking around in the villa. They want to participate in this.
Yeah, and I want to say I loved these Casa girls.
I did too. I thought there was a really good mix of people that the guys liked, and they were really fun, great personalities. Usually, I don't feel that like it's always a good bunch out of the six. I feel like we usually get three good ones where the guys latch on, but like everybody had someone.
Yeah, everyone had someone, and like the bombshells wanted to bombshell. I do feel like there is a difference between an OG girl and a bombshell,
Mm-hmm.
and it comes up a little bit later with Julia. But these are girls that go in, they have a mission. There's these guys that you know are in couples, and your job is to literally act like a bombshell and explode the relationship. And
Yeah.
these girls were ready to do that. And I appreciate them for that.
And I think they hyped each other up and the guys up in a great way. Where like they were sitting in trios and they'd be like one girl would be like, "Yeah, I want to kiss you." And the other girl would be like, "Yeah, do it right now." Like they were like egging them on. They were being the Aidens of Casa.
Yeah.
Like they were like, "Do it. Do it
But
all."
when a girl does it, it's okay.
A
And you know
hundred
what?
percent. Listen, I will never be upset at a bombshell attempting to get into a couple. I hate when Islanders get so upset at a bombshell doing their literal job.
Yeah. At Lola. At Lola.
Yes.
I need to say, of these girls, Mara is going to come back for Love Island All Stars. I'm predicting it now.
She better. I loved her and I was so sad because she was probably one of my favorite in the Casa girls. She had so much personality. I loved how she put Simba in his place constantly.
Oh
Like
my God.
everything about her.
When she said to Simba, "What did you do this morning?" And he's like, "Oh, I made breakfast for Angelista." Okay, but who are you in a couple with? And she just soft parented him for 20 minutes on that couch. I loved it.
I
I loved it.
loved it. Yeah, there was a lot of bringing back from Casa, which is this is the beauty of UK. We can flex up because we have all those beds to bring down.
Hmm.
Julia came back with Lorenzo. Tommy Stagg came back with Yasmin. Martha came back with Aiden. Charlene with Kevin. And Mara with Simba. Now, when the guys came back, they could hear the high heels walking of the guy. Or the guys came first. They waited. And then the girl, if they did bring someone, came. That is kind of mean to do because you just know these girls are already raging. And they have this false hope of, okay, he came back, did he come back alone? And then the mic drop, no, he didn't. I feel like shifts the blame to the woman walking out. And that's tough.
Totally, totally. And like, as a viewer, though, part of me was like, "Oh my God, is someone coming? Are they alone? Is someone coming?" But
True.
after the first one, I was like, "Okay, I'm sick of it. I'm sick of
That's
it."
true. It is for the viewer. It was a good viewing experience, but Alicia and I talked that in the USA, like these women come back with the men and you immediately have yelling at you. Like no wonder the women get defensive. They don't know why they're yelling, what's going on. And so it's made me like feel more for the Casa girls physically walking into a villa because you're like coming truly into somebody else's space, taking someone's man, and then you got all these mad people at you. It's like, I just did my job. Like,
And that's what I
stop.
get. I'm TT. I'm TT. I
Correct.
wish we got.
That I feel like this version makes it 10 times worse. And so, like, when you do get yelling, like, it's immediately when the girl walks out. So it feels like it's truly to just the girl, and she has to now walk through
Mhm.
fire to get into this villa.
Yeah, and that brings me to why the brothers really grinded my gears. Because when Kevin comes in with, is it Charlene or Martha? I already forget.
Charlene. Kevin
Charlene.
Kevin comes in with Charlene.
Kevin comes in with Charlene, and obviously Jasmine's upset. And all of a sudden, why is little Aiden over here in the corner being like, "Don't ask him, don't talk to him right now, don't ask him all these questions." And then Maya Jama pops in and is like, "Aiden,
Hold up.
just stop talking. Aiden, let them talk. She's allowed
Yes.
to ask him questions. She's allowed to ask if they kissed outside of challenges. Sit over there, you little boy. Even though you're the older
Shut the
brother, sit
fuck
over
up.
there and shut the fuck up."
It was weird how many conversations Aiden would be like actually a part of or chiming in. Where it's like, Aiden, this isn't your couple. Like you have more of a stake in Kevin's couple than your own.
It's true. It's true. And I like any moment where the host gets involved. And the host is almost always picking the girl side. And so I love it even more.
Yeah, because to be honest, even if like let's say these girls are the meanest girls alive, we want the drama for the TV show. Aiden, you're inhibiting that. Shut the fuck up. Like we have a job to do here and you're ruining everything.
Yeah. As he does the whole season.
Yes. I can't wait to tell you who he reminds me of at the end of this. So, okay, with these couples, did you like Julia and Lorenzo?
First of all, is it Yulia or Julia? Because
It's
even
technically
Lorenzo doesn't say Yulia.
okay, but he
Um,
kind of does it out of spite, which is kind of mean. I think it actually is Yulia, so I'm happy to
I
go
think so
with
too.
Yulia. Okay, let's go
Um,
with Yulia. Do you like
let's go with Yulia.
Yulia and Lorenzo? Tell me
I
the truth.
like Lorenzo, and I like Lorenzo being happy.
I get that. I get that.
However, is he truly happy? I don't know. I will say his type. He said his type was a blonde supermodel.
Mm-hmm.
And
She is
Julia is a blonde supermodel. When they walked in to that recoupling and they're wearing, I think she's wearing like a skin tight black dress. They looked like they were
hot.
walking into the Met Gala or something. They looked so hot. And they're a very hot couple.
Yeah.
However, I don't think that he gives Julia what she needs.
I think they didn't get a lot of screen time, so I'm like, the jury's still out. I have seen some like postseason press and I'm not satisfied, but while watching it, I was like, I just haven't seen them have many talks, so it's hard. And sometimes I wonder if it's the language barrier of her being Polish and her like talking slower, things like that. Like it's just not like to an audience interesting to watch. Like she's not an Ellie who's popping off and all of this stuff in that way.
Yeah, we saw all of their like funny conversations, but I don't think we ever saw like much lovey-dovey stuff from them.
I agree. And I also don't think she is that way. And so that's tough because that like visually is hard to watch on a TV show, people falling in love who aren't like swooning over each other.
Yeah. And what is this about Lorenzo doesn't make people coffee in the morning?
Okay, wait. Can we talk about that? Because between US, UK, I feel like the rules of the house are different. And listen, every season I'm sure comes up with their own rules. But in UK, it's like they make breakfast for, or I don't think they do anything anymore for people. It doesn't seem
Yeah.
like they do breakfast for people. They do coffee and tea. Lorenzo doesn't. In
Mhm.
USA, you have to do it all. And I
Yeah.
appreciate that. You better fucking make me breakfast. I have to put a whole beat on. Like,
Yeah, the
this is
getting
taking an
ready would be
hour.
fun.
You can make me breakfast. You can fry me up some eggs.
Yeah, totally. I don't quite know what the situation is in the UK, but yeah, my idea of like you wake up, the girls need to get ready, which
Mm-hmm.
means that the men need to go to the kitchen. Men belong in the kitchen.
Men belong in the kitchen at always, but especially Love Island.
Especially Love Island. Make me my eggs, make me my coffee, make me my pancakes, and do
You
it
have
every
all
day
the time
because
in the
I'm getting ready.
world.
They literally roll up to the bed, have a shower, maybe even. They probably don't, and
No.
then go straight to the kitchen. And that's
Yeah.
it.
That's all you have. And you're all doing it together. Like, I'm not asking you to specifically make me my eggs. Put one guy on eggs, one guy on bacon, one guy on coffees, one guy on tea. Like, make this a prep kitchen. It's not hard.
It's like not hard at all.
No.
But it's crazy
No.
that despite it all, I still love Lorenzo, even though I know he would not be making me coffee in the morning. But
Okay,
I'm okay with
Keagan.
that.
He did give her coffee, I think, like one time,
Yeah.
and it was an ad. It was
Mhm.
like clearly an ad, which I think is so funny that Love Island probably went to him and was like, "You're gonna give her coffee. They probably made it. Like, make it a thing. People will love it, and people will tune into this ad because they're obsessed with you."
Yeah. And I'm obsessed with him, so I get it.
No, I think that's an amazing way for Love Island to like make the money in ads is like that's where you use the audience data to your advantage is Lorenzo's beloved, make it happen.
Make it happen. Give me more Lorenzo. And that's what they did.
Couldn't agree more. Okay, going off the Casa couples, Tommy Stagg and Yasmin, how'd you feel about them?
Why are there two Tommies now? I know that he left, the other one left, but two Tommies, come on, my brain can only handle so much.
I know on the subtitles, because I'm a big subtitles girly, especially with accents, it always just said Stag. And I was like, I
Oh,
appreciate that
right.
the original one just gets to keep their name and they always have to give this secondary person a new name.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't mind them. They didn't knock my socks off. And I was never like rooting for them, but I didn't have anything against them. They were like very neutral for me.
I agree. Like in the same way we didn't get like Lorenzo and Yulia, we didn't get anything really with secondary Tommy and Yasmin, but I felt like we got to know Yulia way more than secondary Tommy.
Yeah.
Like who is this man?
Not secondary Tommy.
I kept seeing him and I was like, "Oh, that man does exist," but I don't think I saw him speak 10 words.
It's another blonde white man. Come on.
Facts, facts. Okay, then we get Martha and Aiden. How did we feel about Aiden being in a new couple?
Ugh, I just don't feel about Aiden. But I liked Martha. I
Mhm.
feel like Martha deserved better.
Yeah.
And I think that's all I have to say about that. Like I honestly don't remember much about them as a couple either, other than them coming back to the villa and him ignoring her.
Thousand
Like
percent. Why does that always happen? I understand the like big drama couples, like why you tend to then ignore the other woman because you're like trying to win back your OG. But the like Aiden, I'm like, Aiden, you have nobody else here. You were in a friendship couple with Priya right before this. That meant nothing to you.
and like this girl also means nothing to you, so what's going on?
Yeah, 100%. Then we get Charlene and Kevin. Did you think that they would have a shot whenever he entered the
Absolutely not.
OG Casa?
Absolutely not.
I felt like they were a better fit in the few days that he was with her than Cav and Jasmine. Like I saw what everybody said the rest of the season of like he was happier in Casa.
I kind of agree with that, but I think that Jasmine. See, I'm already confusing them. Jasmine has this sort of like I can't even put into words the charm that she has, and she's this kind of
Yeah.
woman that you want
To
to
want
like you.
her.
You want to want
Yeah.
her. You want her to like you. You want her to be your partner, even though she is a little volatile, she's a little spicy,
As
and
she
most men
should
can't handle
be.
that, as she should be. And most men, especially 21-year-old men, can't handle that.
I think that's what it was. Is like, Cav, you don't deserve this bad bitch. You fumbled it. You are so insecure. This isn't for you, and that's okay. Not everybody can handle a bad bitch. Like, no diss to Charlene. I think she is amazing, gorgeous. I just think that they played on the same level where, like, he didn't feel insecure with Charlene, whereas his insecurities were present the entire season with Jasmine.
Totally. Totally. And was this when no, I was about to be wrong. I was gonna say, is this when Julia goes up to her and says, you need to explore more things with Charlene? Because Charlene and Julia were best friends. Am I
I
making
don't
this up? No,
remember.
this is later.
I think you're thinking of when Yulia goes up to Aiden and says he needs to explore with Ellie.
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
The brothers, I see,
I
everyone's just
know.
confusing to me.
Between the Jasmine brothers, there's 800 of them and a bunch of white boys, which are
Yeah.
not helpful. Okay,
Totally.
last couple is Mara and Simba come back. And of course, Simba flips the soonest. He knows immediately that he shouldn't have done this, but this is his second time flipping on Angelisa. And it's like, oh God.
It's like, oh God. It's also, I mean, I get it. Mara is stunning.
Everything. Yep.
I also want to date Mara. I love a woman who is just knows what she wants. She's not afraid to get it. And she's not afraid to tell you off when you do her wrong,
Yeah.
which she did. She was like, you exhaust me. And it's true. Watching it through the screen, he was exhausting me. I knew he was going to flip. I'm not Team Simba. I still don't like him. No matter
Yeah.
what they tried to do with the edit, and they tried to make it seem like
I
they were the happiest
agree.
couple alive, I don't
Mm-hmm.
believe it for 1 minute.
He is the sincere of UK.
Well, that's a tough critique, but I agree.
I mean,
I've
he
never
just
heard someone say
didn't.
that.
He wasn't as manipulative with his words, but he pursued everything that Sincere did. Sincere is worse than Simba, in my opinion, because I
Mhm.
do believe Simba is remorseful for it, but I think he would do it again in a heartbeat. Like, I think he's like, this is my journey, this is whatever, and whatever destruction I leave in my wake is just the journey. And, like, that's crazy to do if you love someone.
Yeah, and what did he say? God told me that I'm in love to love you or something. It's something about God.
Yes.
He put God into it somehow.
Yes. He absolutely did. He told Angelisa that like God sent her for him or like
Yes.
yeah, he
Yes.
knew but that was before Casa, so then he goes hooks up with Mara. He like made out with the other woman too. I forget what her name was, but he made out
Same.
with two people in Casa. Like he wanted to explore it to its fullest. And you know what? I get it, but you can't say that you love her and that God sent her to you if that's how you're going to treat a woman.
Totally. So it's just like empty words.
Absolutely. I want to have my cake and eat it too at its finest.
True.
Well, we move on, and post Casa Fallout is crazy because, yeah, Cav ignores Charlene, Simba ignores Mara, they get back with their OG couples. Charlene and Mara end up getting dumped after the recoupling post Casa. We get two new bombshells, Ethan and Alicia, which I love UK for giving us bombshells after Casa because I always think there is time and space to always have somebody's head turn if your perfect match, perfect type comes in. And with UK, we still have 3 more weeks to go. So, like, there's still time to build a relationship. So, they did breakfast dates. And the most noticeable ones were on Alicia's side. Is she had a date with Lorenzo, very flirty, but that is the Lorenzo charm, like, that he
Mm-hmm.
has with Jasmine. So, it's hard to take it at face value. And then with Finley,
Mm-hmm.
and that was super flirty. And then he goes to the hideaway with Aiden, Alicia, and Finley, and they keep the flirtation going in the day after.
And did Finley spin her around on the date?
No, he didn't spin her. They were standing up and he said, "Give me a twirl. Like, let me
Oh,
see
give
the
me a
whole
twirl.
look."
Ew, that's even worse. Give me a twirl. Oh, hate.
I am shocked that the Islanders didn't get to watch these breakfast dates because UK loves to do that. They love to put dates out there and like you get to watch, but you can't really hear. And so you're just like stewing at the top. But the other Islanders watched. So everybody else told Ellie about the like twirl, and Finley never told her. I feel like Finley, this is when he wants to explore now, which is weird that you're like
Hmm.
now ready to explore things and you've been in a couple for weeks.
It's like, get your head straight. Like, do you like her or not? Clearly, no, not that strongly. If you can,
Yeah.
you're looking for a twirl.
Yeah. He and Alicia, I think he should have just picked her. Like he was clearly
Hmm.
into her. And I don't want that for Ellie. Like I loved Ellie. But I find it weird when it's like, "Oh, you clearly want this, but you're not going to," because I think the game part of it gets in people's head where it's like, "I've been in this couple for weeks. We've gone through Casa. Like we have a good story now. Like I'm risking it all for this girl." But in my mind, I'm like, I'd rather I feel like find the love of my life and like have a big impact and a big story than to actually win. Like 50K isn't that much compared to the brand deals you could get if you have a true love story.
Totally. And I think that everything that you do is risking your relationship and what you've built, even
Yeah.
if you're not like breaking the relationship to recouple. Asking a girl for a twirl and kissing people outside of challenges and like all of these little things that you do still ruin either your reputation with the public or your actual relationship once they figure out what's happening. And
Yeah.
you can't lie on Love Island. It always comes out. The truth
True.
always comes out.
Because we get, especially in the UK, they give multiple receipt drops constantly. Like there is
Mhm.
so much time and space. And the minute you do want to hide something, they're like, "Oh, we're gonna come up with a new challenge to give you more receipts." Like they have found new ways outside of movie night to bring more.
Yeah. They're like, oh, you did that? Let me make a challenge tomorrow that's going to tell everyone that you did that because you're lying.
Absolutely. And we'll cover all of those receipt challenges at the end because I want to talk through them all because I think they all kind of like mix and mingle with each other. But we get through that breakfast date and then we do the snog, Mary pie. And at the end of that, we get a favorite couple voting and it's Yulia and Lorenzo. Were you shocked by that vote?
No, no, no. I
Because of
think that
Lorenzo?
Lorenzo pulls the weight for both of them.
Yeah.
And like Lorenzo was the people's prince. Everyone liked him.
100%. And I don't think she dragged him down by any means. Like, I think some couples, like, people loved one person in the couple, and then somebody else, everybody was like, "No, I hate him enough to not vote for them." Whereas I think she was neutral. We didn't know her enough in a good way for them that people loved him so much that they would vote for them.
Yeah, she was very neutral. And one of my favorite things is during that episode, she takes the pie and she walks towards Lola and then she runs away and she's like, just kidding.
Oh, yeah. So there is beef between Lola and Yulia because Yulia said to Fitzy in Casa, like, "Why do you need a test?" Fitzy was very big on needing a test throughout this experience, which I always find so weird when somebody's like, "I need a test, I need one." And it's like, can you kind of like sort your feelings out without somebody else being collateral damage?
Yeah, needing a test means that there's something to be tested. And if
Yes.
something can be tested, then it's not strong enough.
I agree. Like, I understand respecting a test after the fact, but seeking one out, I think is
Mhm.
crazy.
Agreed.
They get back to after Casa and like that comes up and Lola is pissed that Yuli even had a thought to question it, which I didn't understand why Lola was so pissed at this. I think she was misdirected, actually. I get why she's pissed. She should be pissed at Fitz for needing a test. But that woman loves to give that man any excuse in the book.
Yeah, and all I have to say is Pog Mahoin.
Yes.
Or whatever they said.
Whatever is said, they are beefing hard. So at the end of the day, favorite couple gets voted, and there are some least favorite couples, and Lola and Fitzy are in the bottom, and they decide that they are gonna just decide they're gonna go home anyways, and Lorenzo agrees, even though those are his besties. I do think that Lola said that because she didn't want Yulia to truly have a decision to actually send her home.
But do you think that Lorenzo would have sent them home otherwise?
No. That's why I'm like
Yeah.
shocked that they were like, send us home.
Because who else was in the bottom? I don't even remember.
Mika and Samraj, because they were always in the bottom.
Oh, yeah.
And there was one other couple, and I can't even remember.
Okay, I do think Mika and Samraj probably would have gone home.
I agree. I was like, send them home. Not because, like, I do think they like each other, and that's good and well. I think there's two different realities happening at the same time constantly in Love Island. Is like real connections are happening. People have their own version inside, and that's great. And then the public's version is happening very separately because we're getting a crafted narrative. We're deciding who we like. And the public doesn't like them because of all the drama that happened with Priya and like other stuff. So it's like, just send them home. It is just not worth it. They will figure it out on the outside.
And I'll just be honest, I don't necessarily see the public rooting for two brown people as their favorite couple. I'll just be honest, especially
On
the UK.
UK especially, yeah.
So they were never going to win, even like regardless. Yeah. But yeah. And she kept saying it's only a 7-hour flight to Barbados.
Oh,
7 hours is long, first of all.
Wait.
I'm not getting on that flight.
Can we talk about them? Because okay, they obviously like pissed off Priya in the act of getting together. And that was all wrong. But to be honest, like I can understand that because like I'm gonna be selfish in my own feelings. And I am gonna be quiet in this villa about my own feelings until I really know. So I understand them hiding some stuff. But it's like the way they talked about her and other people. They to me, Mika loved to say things behind people's back but be really nice to people's faces and act. And I think she genuinely wants to be nice, but I don't think she accepts in her own head that she is a mean girl at times. Like, I'm a bitch. I'll say it all the time. I am so mean. But I think if you said to Mika, like, you're mean, she'd be like, I'm not.
And I think it's her delivery. The way that she speaks is very like, hey girl.
Yeah. Like
And
she wants to make everything good and she wants to people please and make everything perfect.
But she does not please people.
No.
And neither does that
behind the scenes she doesn't care to. No. They're like ruthless in their comments behind the scenes and then they won't own it.
Totally. And like if somebody that I was with told someone else, oh yeah, they gave me the ick. Okay, it's like I don't want to speak to you ever again. Do not call me don't call me the ick. Don't tell me I gave you the ick.
Yeah.
And then don't laugh about it. They laughed about it.
That is, I understand. Listen, you got the ick, fine, laugh with your boys about it. But yeah, like telling it to another girl's face, Mika not going back to Priya and being like, hey, he's not interested. Like, just save yourself the heartache. Like, we are gonna. They made Priya look dumb. And then them laughing about it, it's like 3 levels. It just becomes cruel at that point.
Yeah. And then we're going to get to movie night, but I was going to say during movie night, Jasmine makes Priya look dumb too when they're talking about bringing Jordan back.
It's hard because we'll talk about the specifics of movie night, but Priya has to be its own thing. I think we'll get to it when it comes to movie night because I waffle on her all the time. But the last thing, because you mentioned the 7-hour flight, is by the finale, Mika says no, I live in London. Like, how do people not know this? And I was like, babe, maybe it's the edit and we're not getting that. But when the fuck did you talk about you ever living in London and doing a master's program? Yeah.
The reason we don't know that is because you said it's a 7-hour flight. We wouldn't have thought it was a 7-hour flight if you didn't say that.
And you only talk about Barbados in a great way, like talk about your culture, your life. That's amazing, beautiful. I loved having her from Barbados. I loved hearing about her life, but I never heard about London until then it makes me wonder, is it the edit or is it you? And I have to think it's kind of both. If there's enough footage of you talking about the 7-hour flight to Barbados, like how you guys will make this work, long distance is nothing, is all they would always say is distance doesn't matter. But then by the end, it's like, oh no, we both live in London. It's like, okay, let's stop rewriting the narrative here.
Yeah, totally. And like, yeah, distance does matter, actually.
It does. I agree with them a little bit on the like principle of like that isn't compatibility. However, when we are voting for things, it is like in the holistic sense, would you ever work out when we talk about compatibility?
Yeah, it's one of those obstacles that will always be there. If
Correct.
you do live a 7-hour flight away, which apparently they don't, but if they do.
Do you? Like,
Yeah.
you're the one who talked about it. We move on and we go into week 6, and this is when there's a lot of back and forth between Aiden, Priya, Alicia, and this is the conversation you mentioned where Yulia talks to Aiden and is like, I think you should give Alicia an opportunity, because Priya shuts it down with Ethan and is only focusing on Aiden, and then Aiden shuts it down with Alicia, and it was just like, what are you guys doing? Like, why are you shutting these things down? You guys don't have a spark, in my opinion, Priya and Aiden. I don't see it.
I agree. And in that moment, Yulia was giving like Real Housewives. It was giving Tamra Judge, Kenya Moore. The way that she was an agent of chaos, and she in public said, "You should keep talking to Alicia. She really likes you." And Priya
Yeah.
is 3 steps away. That is some Bravo type shit, and I loved it.
But something I loved is she did not actually like say like Priya's not your girl. Like, she didn't ever dog on Priya. But Priya came out of the gate and was like, you're talking about me, you're saying bad things about me. And I was like, actually, she's not. She's not for you, but she's not against you. I mean,
she's not helping you,
sense. Like, yeah, but like what you think she's doing, she's not doing. She's actually doing something way worse.
yeah, it's still bad. Yeah, totally.
Yeah. But yeah, I just think it's unfortunate for late bombshells. It's really hard to do, really hard to be one. I don't ever expect them to really pair up, but I do expect them to cause chaos in couples that are existing. But when it came to Priya and Aiden, I was like, I actually think you guys are better matched with these bombshells, like Alicia and Aiden, Priya with Ethan.
I really liked Priya and Ethan, and I felt so bad for him by the end of it, and I wanted better for him.
Me too. Because Priya preached that she wanted somebody to come in, all for her, all for her, all for her. And oh, you know what? I didn't include that Priya did bring somebody back, that guy Jordan, because to me he was a blip on the radar. But that does exist later. She wanted somebody who was all for her, but every time somebody was all for her, quote unquote, even if it like could be a little fake, I believed it more than all the people she ended up picking. Is she would choose somebody who was not into her. And I kind of feel like she has this like victim complex of like, I think people were mean to her, absolutely, but I think she also sought every opportunity to be the victim in every single experience in that villa.
I agree, and she could have had a man that was making her breakfast and was waiting on her hand and foot and cared about her, but she ended up with Aiden, and then what? They didn't even end up together.
No, not only did they not end up together, over the next 2 weeks, Aiden is like waffling over whether he even like on a minuscule level likes her, and is telling everybody that she's like pouncing on him and all these things, and he like doesn't see deep feelings. And then she's like, okay, it's fine, I'll still take you back. I'm like, this is a humiliation ritual at this point.
No, Priya lost a lot of points in the last 2 weeks for me, and so did Aiden, but Aiden was never up there. But
I agree.
My girl Priya, no.
She lost me when it came to the Aiden stuff, especially because Yulia had big beef with them, obviously, in the conversation with Aiden, where she's pushing hard for Alicia. Priya and her get into it. But then over the next few weeks, Yulia's like, I don't think this is a real thing. And I was like, no, facts. And Priya like had a meltdown over it. And I was like, girl, you have to be able to admit that this is at some level just a friendship couple compared to everybody else. Like, this is nothing.
Yeah, it's hard to hear the truth sometimes, and I get that. I don't want to hear the truth all the time.
Yeah.
Most of the time, actually, I don't want to hear the truth, but That was the truth, girl. I'm sorry.
And to be honest, to be really mean, I agree with Yulia that they were in a couple to stay on the show. And to
Yeah.
be honest, I'm not mad at them for it. By
No, me
that
neither.
stage, I would also do the same thing. Let's just ride for each other. But I think the audience appreciates more when you're just honest about it rather than pretending you're anything.
Totally. So it's like, let's have some more. Let's make it lighter. Like, don't cry over the boy anymore. Just like,
We're done.
just
Like,
get
it's
to the end.
okay.
Let's have fun. Love Island should be fun.
Correct. Like, lay out in the sun, have some kikis with your friend, partner, your friend. Like, you're an OG. We expect you to be here at this point. Nobody is mad that you're here. People are just mad that you're lying while you're
Yeah.
here.
People see right through what you're doing.
Yes. Well, we get a dumping. Alicia and Jordan go. And then we get a crazy dumping where the Islanders have to decide who's going to go after like least favorite boy, least favorite girl. And they're really waffling between sending Mika and Samraj home. And they said that they would go home. Like they were fine to go home. They know they're in the bottom, they're a couple, they'll figure it out. Or between Finley and Martha. But if Finley goes, Ellie, who is safe, is like, I'm leaving too. So like half the people won't vote in this vote. And then you just have Ellie literally in the middle of this whole group sobbing her entire makeup off. And they choose to send Finley and Martha home. How did you feel about that vote?
It's tough for me because I liked Ellie so much, but by that time, I did not like Finley at all.
Agreed.
I just found the way that Finley was moving was just, it wasn't for me. I think Finley needed to go. I also
Yeah.
feel like we saw his dark side. And at the same time, I feel like Mika and Samraj were on the up, like a very slight up.
Yeah.
They were at least like moving forward in the relationship. They were on a positive path, whereas Finley and Ellie were going down. And like, did Martha really have a connection? No. Like
True.
Martha had to go. Like Martha needed to go, and
I
unfortunately,
know.
Finley was tied with her. So
True. Because it's not like they're gonna send Martha and like Samraj home. It's like
yeah,
you're gonna keep a secure couple in. I just would have loved to see Finley pretend to win Ellie back because I don't believe in Finley, but like I think he would have done it for the show, which is like so sad for Ellie's sake. But it would have been more entertaining for me to have Finley and Ellie.
I just don't need to hear his laugh ever again. But he 100% would have done it just for the show. And again,
Absolutely.
nothing wrong with that. We've said it
Yeah.
before. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't love him, so I was fine to see him go. I did not like seeing Ellie leave though.
Yeah. Well, we get Family Day, and like that's kind of mid compared to the US version. But then we get, after that, Ethan gets dumped because officially Aiden and Priya recouple.
Can I say
And
two things about Family Day? Actually,
yes, absolutely.
Ethan's mom looked at
Oh,
Priya and said, "I don't like how you treated my son." And you know what? If someone's mother said that to me, I would just leave. I would pack my things and I would leave.
okay, but she was right though.
And she
Like,
was right. And she
because
was right.
Ethan and Priya had a conversation about like, stopping things. And 5 seconds later, Priya's like, Aiden, let's go to the hideaway. Rude.
Yeah.
Rude.
Okay. And the second thing is Aiden and Jasmine's sister.
Right, right.
And we
Bella, I think
like
is her name.
that was weird as hell. After they leave, Kevin, Jasmine, Aiden are sitting together, and Aiden goes, "Well, your sister's pretty cute. Are you actually for real right now?"
Yes, and this is before the Ethan dumping. So it's like,
Yeah.
you don't want Priya. You
Mm-mm.
don't want her.
You want Jasmine's sister more than you want Priya, and that's sad.
Yes. And the fact that like those three are kikiing about Aiden
Hmm.
flirting with the sister, even if it's just some like banter flirting, like that's what's happening. And they don't really tell Priya, I think, until after the recoupling with Ethan, where it's like she should have chosen Ethan. She knew she should have chosen Ethan. She doesn't. And she like puts herself in a hole of like not actually like ever even having potential to leave this experience with someone she would love. And in the Aiden's playing in her face. Aiden is messy as hell, and this is where I'm going to tell you who he reminds me of. He is messy Mitch, just not as
Oh
annoying.
yes, yeah. And Messy Mitch is hotter, I'll say.
Oh, I disagree.
Oh,
Mitch, I think it's like who he was turned me off so bad.
okay.
Aiden is messy as hell, but like I found it more entertaining to watch. Mitch just, I feel like, destroyed the entire villa, and it was just like not fun.
Okay, that's fair. He wasn't as bad of a person, but I do think he was hotter. And that's where I stand. But I do like, when you said that earlier, I was like, who is she going to compare him to? But no,
Yeah.
that makes so much sense.
The impact on the villa, they had a very similar impact. Aiden's is worse because he had the like relationship with Kevin to truly destroy him and Jazz constantly. And he does. Like he creates clear fractures in their relationship every single time.
Hmm. Yeah. Again, no more brothers.
No
No
more
more brothers.
brothers. No more. You could actually, you know what I could do? I could do a brother and a sister because like they wouldn't
Oh,
have this type of dynamic.
and the sister would keep the brother in check.
Yes, I would love that. But Ethan goes home after family day, and then we go into week 7, and the public dumps a couple. It is Priya and Aiden. No shocker with
Shocker.
that. Like, just admit you're a friendship couple. We already all knew it. Then we get the returning Islanders to come back and do their vote. I love that the UK does this. I love that the previous Islanders get a say. I don't think US can do this because they have such a long flight to get to their villa, but it is so fun to have the Islanders come in and just roast these people alive.
I agree. I love it. I love it so much. And I love, like, there's so many people I forgot were there. And I like that they got to see the season as it played out.
Same,
So they
same.
have so much more to
And the
go off.
online conversations, like they reference that Tommy Stagg has like a girlfriend that he broke up with 2 weeks before coming into the villa. And it is like,
Right.
whoa, because that information kind of came to light during the weird podcast challenge that they
Mhm.
had with Maya Jama.
But no, he didn't he originally say they broke up 6 months ago or a few months ago, and then all of a sudden it was 2 weeks. Like, why are we lying?
Then, yeah, it wasn't like heavily shown on our screens, their conversations, but he told Yasmin that they broke up in December, which I'm sure happened. But then you get back together, or you like are still hooking up with this woman, and then he like cleanly cut it off 2 weeks before coming to Love Island, which says
That's a
that
red flag.
you're serious into casting, and now you're like, oh, let me ditch this woman.
Yeah, even if you, I'm gonna say there's like 8 week is the buffer time. You need 8 weeks between your last relationship to go on the show.
To be honest though, it's like when did you apply?
That's true.
Did you get found or did you apply? Is the real
Mm.
question. Because if you're applying while you're in a relationship, that's gross. If you decide to break up and you're broken up, but you guys are kind of still casually hooking up and then you get reached out to, okay, I understand how you
Yeah,
did this. So to me, it's all about how did you get cast?
he definitely applied. He was definitely begging to go on the show.
He applied. I think he said he applied, which I'm like, okay, see, this discredits you. It's like, you're gross.
You are gross, totally.
But that's a big issue with the Islanders. But overall, we get an 8 votes for Mika and Samraj, and they leave the island. But there is a twist as they are about to leave. They get to choose another couple to dump, and they choose Tommy and Yasmin. What did you think about this last minute twist?
Okay, I was shaking in my boots because when they were doing the little cliffhanger deliberation, they were
Yeah,
talking about how they didn't like fully see Julia and Lorenzo. And in my head, I was like, are they gonna dump the front runners right before the finale? Like, would they
that
do
would
that?
be crazy.
And I don't know why I convinced myself they were going to do that. So then I was like, okay, who's gonna win? Like, I'm so not excited.
By
Um,
this point, I was like, I don't fucking care about any of these actual couples. Like, I don't believe in really any of them.
yeah, totally. Like, I did like this twist though. The other thing I will say is I can't vote in either of these two countries, so correct me if I'm wrong, but I liked that in the UK you vote like during the episode.
Yes, during the finale
Yeah.
or
Like
yes.
during the like you don't know who the top 3 are until the episode airs and then you vote for like 10 minutes.
They are actively voting while the episode is airing. I'm not sure when voting opens, but they get to at least vote up until they do a live finale, whereas US is a pre-recorded finale, which is
Got it.
frustrating.
So in the US, you get to vote before the episode airs. And then it's just like locked in.
Yeah, and for this, we picked up with the final couple being dumped. So yeah, I don't think I guess there's no way. Like they could have had voting live up until the live finale.
And I appreciate that because then you get to see the final dates. You get to see everything up until...
They don't do final dates, though, in UK.
Did I make up that they went on final dates?
You absolutely did.
I think I made that up, for sure.
That is one pro of the US pre-doing it. But also sometimes those dates are kind of boring. Let's be honest.
That's true. That's right. And like you can tell which ones are budget and which ones they like put a lot of their...
And also like US finale was like 3 hours long, which I didn't know that it was until my friends and I started watching it. And I was like, I'm tired of this, Grandpa. And it's like,
I'm tired of this. And why did Anaya and Carl get that beautiful date? And Kata and what's his name? Zach. Kata and Zach had that stupid boat.
Swamp.
Yeah. The swamp. Yeah.
No, US was crazy. But UK is literally an hour long. I'm not joking. I finished the finale and I was like, I had to have fallen asleep in that. Because we pick up with Samraj and Mika dumping Tommy and Yasmin, and then we just go like straight into this BS. Like they did a pre-canned filmed thing like US does where the like girls come out and the guys are like, you look so pretty, but we didn't really do anything with that. And there's a lot of like live stuff, which I do appreciate. Like I want to hear what some of the Islanders have been up to, like what's going on. We like talk to each couple. By the end, do you have anything to say before we get to these final three?
No, I was just going to say I hallucinated thinking that I remember Julie and Lorenzo going to like a candlelit dinner. I don't know. Maybe maybe that was in my dreams. I guess.
It absolutely was because maybe I did fall asleep because no, I didn't watch
that.
No,
I think I'm wrong. I'm definitely wrong.
It literally was an hour because I checked on Hulu for the US. I'm like, oh, okay, that's it. Okay, fine. Let's keep it rolling. But the final has Yulia and Lorenzo. It has Angelisa and Simba. And then not Mika and Samraj. Good God. Who was that final couple? Jasmine and Cav. Angelisa and Simba are in third place. We have to talk with them. How did you feel about them being third?
Not surprised.
Same.
Not surprised. I think I could have predicted this from a mile away. Yeah.
I don't think Simba did enough to come back to win it. Like, you have to do a lot to make up for what your wrongs were. And people are willing to forgive you, but they love the storytelling of I messed up in Casa and like, let me get it back. I mean, we see it all the time on US. Like, we love that story arc. But like, Simba's, well, I do think it was somewhat heartfelt, his little speech to Angelisa at the fire pit after Casa. It just didn't tug on the heartstrings enough for me. It wasn't enough. Like, it just felt like they coasted from there on out.
I agree. And did they say I love you to each other before the finale? I think I remember that.
I think so. I think all of these couples, minus Yulia and Lorenzo, I think Jasmine and Cav, Angelisa, Simba, Yasmin and Tommy, Mika and Samraj were all saying I love you at this point.
Yeah, this is why I would never say I love you with inside of the villa. Like, you need to know what it's like in real life before you say I love you. Like, that gives me red flags about you as a person.
It is. This is so embarrassing to admit. It's like the summer camp vibe where you're like in this perfect environment and you think you are, but like I've been in this. Like when I studied abroad, you like live in this like fantasy world and you're in love with your life, not necessarily that person. And so I think that's where that comes from. And then you think like, oh, this is a box I have to check because like other people are doing it. So I see how they all get there, but this to me, it never means real love. It means I love this life for living. What?
You are that classic girl who studied abroad who had to bring up that she studied abroad.
Absolutely.
You did. That's the counter. Study abroad.
Absolutely. I went into a full-fledged depression post-study abroad.
And I can tell. And
I said I loved a boy abroad. And did we really talk after? No. No, we did not. I like talked to him for a year, but that's it. But like, this is the world they're living in. It's like a fake world where it's like, yeah, I'm sure you love him in this world.
And it was probably just a 7-hour flight to go see him again.
Mine was shorter, thank God.
Thank God.
But yes, most of them were like in love with each other. And some of them were These are the levels of Love Island that I hate. Is I love you, exclusively dating, girlfriend, boyfriend. And I'm like, shut the fuck up, all of this. It's all
What
pretend.
is that stupid thing that Mika and Samraj said, I heart you? Or they said something
Yes.
that wasn't I love you, but it was like basically I
They
love
would
you.
say I heart you in bed. And it was like, what? And then they said, I think they finally said I love you in that podcast challenge with Maya, but Maya's the one who brought it up. So everybody was like, that was weird because they all like watched it back.
It was forced.
Yeah, it's just like, oh, yeah, I do love her. And it's like, why wouldn't you just say that to her on your own?
Yeah, I do heart you.
I heart you so much. But
Ew.
then we get Jasmine and Cav in second, which I was not surprised. I knew Lorenzo was gonna win. A, because I watched it late, and B, that was how we were trending. But I was surprised to see that Jasmine and Cav only got like 30% of the votes.
Mm. I expected Julie and Lorenzo to get 80% of the votes. I'll be honest.
I thought that Jazz and Cav would get way more from Angelisa and Simba's amount because they got like 20%.
True. Okay, yeah. They did like, what is that called? Staged voting, or like rounds of voting where you could vote again, right?
Could you? I don't know how the UK voting works.
I'm pretty sure you voted for the three, and then after Julie and Lorenzo and Jasmine and Kevin were the top two, they did another round of voting where you could only vote for those two.
Shut up.
I don't think I hallucinated that part.
I don't think you did either. I didn't pay attention to how the voting works. But I
Right.
mean, the US made it super fucking weird this year too, where you had to like vote and then vote in the right order. You like voted for four people for the final four couple for them. And the first person you clicked like had a weighted vote to it. Like,
Oh,
what are we doing? Why are we making this
is
complicated?
this the
Vote for your.
SAT?
Yes, like just vote for your favorite couple. Why don't we just make it
Yeah.
simple? Nobody has reading comprehension anymore. Like, we are dumb people. At least America is for America's voting. UK, maybe you guys are smart still. Like,
Maybe.
why
I
are
don't
we
think
doing all
anything.
these things? I
Mhm.
didn't know that. Damn.
I'm pretty sure. I think I
Okay.
got that right.
But either way, I was shocked to see how the vote split out. But Jasmine and Cav, obviously, second place. Yulia and Lorenzo, number one. How do you feel by the end of this season?
It's hard for me to quantify because I love Lorenzo so much.
Yeah.
And I can admit, I am an object in Lorenzo's world. And I can admit that, I'm happy that he won.
Yeah.
He can afford so many Ferrero Rochers now because of
Beautiful.
the 50,000 pounds. Do I think that they are going to make it very far? No, not at all. But do I think any of these couples are? No, also not at all.
Yeah.
So I am feeling different. I do think it was better in comparison to the US season. And when there's such a bad season of US going on, it's almost like I had to think this was a good season. But in the grand scheme of UK, it was not good.
I agree with that. I think also a bad UK season is a mid US season.
Yeah.
Like,
Totally.
US bad is way worse because I was still entertained. Like, the middle of this show, I was like, this is everything. I'm obsessed. Post Casa is like when it just started to like slowly fall off for me. And I did not want to keep up with it every day. I was like, I'll catch up whenever I catch up. And then I like just was following it on social. And then I like kind of forced myself to watch the end.
Yeah, it hit its peak from like weeks 2 to 5.
Agreed.
And then it just it
Yeah.
fell off. Especially because Love Island US was also done. So then it's like I don't even have something bad to compare it to anymore.
I know.
It's just
Wait, I forgot to circle back on the movie night and the Grafties. Let's talk about those because that stirred up some stuff.
I love both. Okay, these two challenges need to come back every year.
Yes.
Love Island last year didn't have movie night, and they never have the Grafties. And I genuinely felt the miss. Movie night is what I look forward to every single summer. Every summer. Where do I even start? I do think that Priya was the victim of most of movie night.
Absolutely. Like, that was a humiliation ritual.
Poor girl. And she watched these people she considers to be her friends talk badly about her, or talk about using her, or call her an ick, or say, oh, well, Priya's just gonna bring him back, so then like I have more guys to look at. Like I felt so bad for her, but at the same time, she kind of did it to herself.
I know. I'm like, those people were mean to you, absolutely. But like, then she keeps those people in her company and are her besties. And I'm like, no, they don't respect you. Like,
Totally.
she constantly surrounds herself with, especially the guys, who do not give a shit about her. And it's so blatantly obvious.
It's so obvious, but she can't help herself. And you know what? It's okay because she's pretty.
You know, you're not wrong because I would waffle between being like, Priya, shut the fuck up, like stop, and then being like, oh my god, when you're yelling at someone, I'm entranced. Like
I'm I love it.
I like loved Yulia's like upfrontness, but when when she would beef with Priya, that was my dream. I was like, hell yeah, because I like how Priya looks. I think she's gorgeous. I think she's so in the wrong, and I like how Yulia fights. Like I think she is so good at it that I'm like, this is kind of my dream scenario. It's beautiful women yelling at each other. It's housewives.
We got a good mix of women who are good with their words this season. I'll give
Yeah,
them that.
very true, very true. The
I'm trying to think.
Grafties. Oh wait, movie night still. We got Cav telling Jasmine that her wanting to bring back Jordan was just the same as like what the guys did with bringing people back. And
Oh.
then Jasmine having her crash out in the makeup room, which was iconic.
I just don't. One of my least favorite things is when guys do this thing and they're like, "Well, what you did was just as bad as what I did," and every time it's never as bad.
Mm-mm-mm.
It's never as bad. And like Jordan was so unforgettable, or so forgettable, I should say. Jordan
I
was
was gonna
so
be like,
forgettable.
I just remember I didn't like his hair.
I didn't like his hair either.
That's the only
Jordan was
reason I
so
know who that man
forgettable. He
is.
like I couldn't even tell you what Jasmine and Jordan talked about. I don't remember any moments of them actually like getting on, and maybe they did, but
Yeah.
it wasn't impactful enough for me to remember.
No.
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 So it was not as bad.
And also just saying like, oh, I mean, this is the one guy I kind of vibed with. Like that's a bonus for me if you bring him back. Not that bad because guess what? She didn't bring him back and she did not talk to him when he was in the villa.
Yeah. Another thing is you knew that Aiden was going to bring someone else back. That slimy little tattooed weasel.
Have, but yes.
Cav.
For
Oh my god. See, they're the same person. I can't. I'm not getting it straight. You knew that slimy little not tattooed weasel was going to bring someone back.
yes. And also her comment was after she saw Cav kissing Charlene in that photo challenge. So I feel like nuance exists where it's like, yeah, I'm fucking pissed at you. I'm going to stand my ground and I'm going to not couple up with someone. But if you fuck me over and you want to be with that girl, there's my side door. Like, God forbid we have a side door here.
Yeah, I need options.
God forbid, let me live. I'm a gorgeous woman who you're too insecure about. So your insecurity is breeding because I have options and you barely have any.
Yeah, clip that. Clock that. You barely have any. Look at that. Exactly.
The second option you literally didn't speak to day 2 of her being back in the main villa. So like, sorry. God forbid
Yeah.
I'm gorgeous and I have Lorenzo, I have Jordan, I have you. I have everybody wanting to talk to me at all times.
Yeah. Okay, I also remembered from movie night when they showed The Lion King and they showed Simba with Mara and Casa. And my favorite moment from that was, first of all, Mara is yelling at Simba across the way. And then Angie goes, "You ate it. You ate her right up. You told me that you weren't interested in anyone else, but you were eating her up." And then Mara from the side goes, "He chewed me and swallowed me." And she's coming back for All Stars. I know it.
I love her and I want her to like actually find someone because
Mhm.
that to me is the best revenge is when you find a real partner and like have a success story because also good social media success helps with like when you have a relationship people want to follow. So
Mhm.
like that'll just send her to the moon anyways. I mean, she's iconic on her own, right? But there are some like good people and some good parents. I feel like All Stars is actually a better situation than OG Love Island, because once you are famous, it is harder to find someone. You can date a normie, but you will always have it in the back of your head of like, do they just want to also be famous? Whereas like Love Island All Stars, it's like, all right, we're all on the same playing field. Let's just see if we vibe.
Yeah, I love All Stars. That's a tangent we can go on for weeks, but
Weeks
I
and weeks
love
and
All
weeks.
Stars.
Me
Yeah.
too. Okay, Grafties. Grafties cracked me up because what I love about the Grafties is they release the footage ahead of time. So I get to watch it on my own, and then I don't have to watch that footage. I just have to watch the Islanders' reactions. And then there's like a winner, and they get so uptight about the winners. Aiden basically swept the entire Grafties, as I knew he would. Any
Like,
standouts?
what are my standouts? Oh, what I do like about the Grafties is they played clips from the real world too.
I
Like
liked
they
that extra
played
category.
what was it, Lola talking about Julia.
They played two Charlene clips, one about Mika and one about how she should have ran it back with Aiden, which I'm like, again, why do we have to double dip into the brothers?
Yeah. Ugh. But again, I like anything where they're showing different, like showing you things that you never would be exposed to. I think that's what I love about these shows. And I really
Yeah.
like when it's like, oh, this is what the public outside of the villa is thinking now. And I want you to think about it, but I'm not going to tell you the whole story.
True. Like that's what the tweet challenge used to give us, and we don't get the tweet
Mm.
challenge anymore. Because also I like the idea that they can either misinterpret it or it doesn't actually give the full public view. It's just this like wild card comment that is coming at you. So yeah, that last round of the Grafties was huge.
Hmm. We did get that one that was like, there were like all those blanks and they had to put in like
It was
this
a random
person.
thing at the fire pit somewhat early on. It was like week 2. Yeah. They got to choose Islander comments or public comments. Yeah,
Hmm.
you're right. I kind of like
Listen,
that more as a fire pit drinking challenge than a true challenge. But yeah, it's kind of nice when we get random inserted thoughts throughout the season.
hmm. And another thing I like about the Grafties is it's basically movie night with a different name.
Agree.
They're the same. It's just let's play clip.
But I like that it gets a winner because it riles them up more of being like shamed because the public chose which what they choose. It has two things. It gives you the receipts and then it tells you what the public thinks. Movie night just gives you the receipts.
That's true.
Grafties tells you like like what they thought was the worst one. Aiden was like, I don't deserve this in every speech. And I was like, babe, you do not know what's coming for you on the
Mhm.
outside.
And making them do a speech is diabolical.
Okay, rude to do it in that last category where it was all the outside clips and Mika had to give that speech. It's like one of the few times I really did feel bad for her. I was like,
Yeah.
having to give a speech about Charlene saying a comment about how you're mean is diabolical.
Yeah. Oh, wait. Which one made fun of somebody for working for their job?
Priya went on a rant about Charlene working for the
Charlene, yeah.
National Rail. And it like wasn't about the rail, but like Priya this is a hot take maybe. I think Priya, Jasmine, and Mika are the mean girls of the season. I like
They
them,
are.
but like it's that they can't conceptualize that they talk shit about other people behind their back and said it to their face. They would always get mad at like Yulia for saying it to someone's face, but you're saying the exact same style of comments behind people's backs.
100%. And they're laughing and giggling with each other and egging it on. It's true.
Yes. Yeah. So it's like
And
it's
I
gonna
love
hurt
them.
as
So
bad outside of the villa, but they acted very high and mighty on people sometimes about behaviors. And some of the guys did too. And I was like, you guys are really on some high horses, and I know the public is gonna humble you the minute you come out of it.
you can't be high and mighty on a show where the whole plot is making out and doing kissing challenges.
Well, and
Like,
also when you're being filmed 24/7 and only an hour a day is getting shown. Like that's never gonna play well.
no, no, I could not. This is what reminded me I can't have my whole life filmed.
No, I always say I could never actually be on a reality TV show. I know my family could film one and it would be disastrous for us because we are the meanest people alive to each other, especially behind each other's backs, and we don't need those receipts to come out. But I
Me neither.
always say that, like, in Love Island, people love an underdog. So, like, while people probably didn't actually like Yulia, the fact that she was on her own made people, like, want to protect her. Because, like, watching people go after one person and, like, immediately gets the public on their side.
Exactly. And I think that's why I liked her so much, other than she was paired with my man. I like someone who is not afraid to go against the grain
Agree.
and not back down when the other side pushes back so hard, and just like living in your truth and not caring. Because it's so easy to fold when the whole house is against
Yeah.
you, but she didn't
Especially
care.
when it's an opinion. I feel like this day and age, people can't accept that someone has a different opinion than you do. And I understand there's like certain things that are actually fact, or like I understand Priya and Aiden being like, we're not game players. Like there are some charged opinions where I get why you fight harder against them, but Yulia would literally say her piece and they would get so upset if she said anything different from them. I remember one scene, Priya was getting ready, everybody's getting ready, all the girls were. And Yulia gave just like a devil's advocate about Aiden not liking Priya or not giving Priya what she deserved. And Jasmine got so mad that it was anything against what Jasmine said. And I was like, no, actually, like Yulia is on Priya's side, and you're mad that she's supporting your friend. Like that's crazy. You're just mad that she's against you.
It's like you need to go with the group, or else you're against the group. You can't even
Yes.
like slightly step away.
Yes. And they kept always saying like she's lucky there aren't two sides of this house, and I was like, but that's the problem is there aren't two sides of the house. There aren't two cliques, but you guys need everybody to have the exact same opinion you have.
Yeah, so then it's like, oh, there are two sides of the house. It's
It's
an imaginary.
everybody against one person, which is like
Mhm.
never going to play well for you.
No.
But that's how I'll remember the season, to be honest, is I felt like it gave Mean Girl, and they shouldn't have been Mean Girls. I liked who they were as individual people, but it gave Mean Girl when it came to them wanting to like yap in that covered section and like laugh at people.
Mean girls who are very pretty. I'll give them that. They're
Very
very
pretty.
pretty.
You know what? If you're gonna be mean, be pretty too.
Yeah.
I'm just
I
mean and I'm not that pretty, so like I can't get away with it.
same. And same.
You are pretty. That hair,
Okay, I was kind of fishing for you to say that. But
I
okay, I guess
always know you have epic hair. I can't give you too many compliments. I watch you every
yes.
day and
Don't.
I love it.
No, don't give me too many. Okay, wait. I need to know before we wrap up, who is your favorite and least favorite
Of the
of the season?
entire season.
Should we do boys and girls? Maybe we'll do
Okay,
boys and
let's do that. Let's do that. But you have to start and we can do boys favorite and least favorite, but you have to give both because I know you already have your favorite.
okay. Starting with boys, there should be no surprise. It's Lorenzo. Uh, Shocker. Least favorite is literally all of them, but I'll probably go with Aiden.
Good choice, good
He
choice,
just
good
like
choice.
was giving little boy energy from the moment at the fire pit where Maya Jama had to tell him to shut the f up and sit the f
Oh,
down.
he was doing it way before that, but
He was,
okay.
but that was the moment where he fully like reached the levels of hell.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. Where it's like we can't even make excuses for you anymore.
Yeah.
Okay, favorite boy. I also have to go Lorenzo. I mean, he made this season so entertaining and really not that dramatic. Like in a good way. Like he added spice to the villa, but like everybody always be like Lorenzo's getting away with murder. I was like, where was the murder?
And he could murder me. Yeah.
Yeah. Least favorite boy, I have to go Finley because I'm so disappointed in him. Like honestly,
Really?
it wasn't even entertaining. At least Simba's was entertaining.
I'm shocked that of all of them you picked him. He definitely is down there.
It
Down
like
there with me.
it like ruined. That is when I feel like the downfall of the season was starting, and I was
Oh my
like, wrap
god.
it up, wrap it up. I'm done here. We had Casa, and I was pissed off at that. And then Finley, you're gonna go do that? Like I'm done here. Like men are disappointing.
I did not predict that to be your answer. That's
Really?
shocking.
Who do you think I was gonna pick? You
I
already
thought
picked
you were gonna
Aiden,
pick
so like
Aiden.
I
Oh, I
want
thought you were gonna
I
pick Aiden too.
Aiden is truly my hatred of the season, but at least I like enjoyed hating him, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Like I enjoy a villain that I can be entertained by, and he gave me that. And if you hadn't picked him, I probably would have picked him, but got
Yeah.
to be a little different.
Oh, I also want to shout out Lorenzo's two songs that he made, Saskia and Nepo Baby DJ.
What?
Have you never, oh, Meredith,
This is what I'm saying. I'm so offline with these
do you
contestants.
watch Unseen Bits?
No, I don't.
Okay, I don't normally for just like regular life, but I did with these people because they were so funny. And Lorenzo wrote two songs. I'm gonna send you them after this. Lorenzo wrote two songs with the Villa, and they filmed two music videos.
Shut the fuck up.
Saskia and Nepo Baby DJ. I'm gonna send both of them to you, and you're gonna love both of them.
Okay, I feel like Love Island, both, all of them, are really missing an opportunity on social media to have them film more content, like TikTok trends, like all this bullshit. They have so much time in their day. They have phones. You don't even have to really give them details. All you have to do is give them like one inspo video and they'll make it happen.
Well, I actually just want to say I think they do make a lot of content, but you just aren't seeing it.
Oh, maybe that's true.
Not to call you out, but
But
you did say
also,
you don't check their Instagram.
it's clearly not making it to my algorithm though, too. And I got a lot of like Love Island UK stuff. I'm not getting it from Love Island, the official Instagram.
Okay, I'm gonna send it to you, and it's gonna go into your algorithm now.
I cannot wait. I'm so excited. Whoa! Don't make me watch unseen bits though. So like if there's anything else I
I
need,
won't.
just send it my way.
Okay, okay, I won't. I'm
Because
now
we get
thinking
it. Do
about.
you get it delayed too? Like the drops? Or do you watch it
Um,
on like those streaming services?
I probably shouldn't say this, but I watch it on an illegal website.
Love, 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 love. No, I have in the past. When they don't overlap so much because they started on the like a day apart this year, if I
Mm.
can actually watch it up to date and I'm never behind, I will watch it on illegal streaming services. But because I had to catch up anyways, it's like I'll just continually be delayed. Like it's fine.
Yeah, there's this one British website I found where someone uploads them like legitimately the minute they end. So
No, yes, I love those so much. Big fan. Won't say the name because not worth getting it taken offline. Okay, favorite girl and least favorite girl.
okay, my favorite girl, I have been going back and forth with this, but probably Jasmine.
Okay.
She is everything that I want to be as a
Yeah.
person. I want that fire. When I'm telling someone off, I think that I'm telling them off like her, and
Yeah.
I'm really and I like I don't perform in the way that she performs. She is everything that I want to be.
I totally understand that. Because I feel
Mhm.
like she is so authentically herself. Even if I'm like, baby girl, choose a different man. Cav is not for you. I'm like, I respect your hustle for it though. Like every step of the way, how she handled things, I loved it.
Yeah, same. Okay, and my least favorite, this shouldn't be a surprise, but Lola. Lola really let me down. She fell on the wrong sword. And she just was like, she came off as a Julia hater, and couldn't even back up any of her opinions other than I just don't like Julia.
And like, which that's fine if she was just like, I don't like you and that's it. But to me, Lola acted like she was above it.
Hmm.
And I think she really thought the public was going to back her. And now she's so deep into this hole, she like can't get herself out.
Yeah, totally. And like, the public didn't back you, girl. Sorry to
It,
say it.
no, no, because I didn't even like Yulia until Lola really started going against her, is what really changed I didn't have an opinion on Yulia until that stuff started happening. And I was like, no, I see what she's saying and I see why she has that opinion. And I agree, like, you guys can agree to disagree, but like, to me, when people asked Yulia, Lola would get mad. And it's like, well, somebody asked her. Like, it naturally came up, or it's like not that crazy to have opinions in this house.
No, didn't you know you're not allowed to have opinions in this house?
You're allowed to have opinions if they match ours.
Yeah, totally.
That's the name of the game.
And that's my bad.
100%. How could you not know that? I fully agree with the Jasmine stan. I'm going to. This is gonna be a hot take. Jasmine would be my number one, but I'm gonna pick somebody different as well because I cannot have us have the same liked both men and women. Yasmin really did it for me
Okay.
all season consistently. I would pick Ellie, but she really disappointed me in the end. Didn't like how she went out. If she would have stayed, would have been my number one. But Yasmin, consistent girly the entire time. On every take, I never was upset with her. I feel like she rode the middle in a good way of like being friends with everybody, supporting Yulia whenever things would like get bad with her. Like I feel like she was a girl's girl.
Can I maybe taint your view of Yasmin for 2 seconds? Because I know you're not
Absolutely.
on the socials with them.
Yes, absolutely tainted.
This is all alleged, but allegedly she runs a pyramid scheme.
No.
Like one of those like multi-level marketing, like
Shut up. Like
become
that's
a
her real day
salesperson.
job?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I obviously use the subreddit for Love Island UK, and like
As
it's a
you
big topic on
should.
there. Okay, things I need to send you after this
Wow.
are the Reddit thread and the music videos.
Uh,
Oh, and Sean's
Very.
TikTok.
Forget those because they touched on it at the finale and he did that like weird
Oh,
bird thing that I think I got the gist. Don't ruin my algorithm with that, please.
okay. I'll send you the other three though.
But damn, okay, well that doesn't change my opinion on her on the show because they are I always think of people kind of like separately, but they're at the same time they're parallel
Separate the
things.
art from the artist.
Correct. As long as you're not like racist,
Yeah.
homophobic, all these like terrible actual things.
Yeah, great.
But damn, that's insane. And then my least favorite girl, I also didn't like Lola, but to be honest, she didn't affect my life that much. Oh man, I don't know if I guess it has to be Lola. I don't think they're really, like, I was upset with the mean girl clickiness, but it wasn't that clicky. So I can't even be mad at any of them because
And one of them
individually
is
I
your
did
favorite.
like them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I
agree.
gotta go Lola.
A lot of the girls were either neutral or forgettable.
Yeah,
None
no,
of them are really bad.
I have an entire list, and I can't even remember any of them outside of like what I said was Mean Girls. Because when they're together, I think they are mean.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
I think they're hypocritical, but they didn't ruin the show for me. I'm just like, girl, remember who you have been in close quarters. Like, let's just remember. But yeah, I think it's Lola. They didn't show us anything positive about her.
No, not, and they knew what they were doing.
And talk about an I love you where I really don't believe it. Like 2 weeks in, never happening.
No. Not even if I'm studying abroad.
No. In no world are you saying I love you in 2 weeks. But yeah, that was Love Island season 13.
That was Love Island 13.
Anything else before we wrap it up?
No, honestly, I was sad that my 2 Love Islands were over, but I have so much free time. I can do things like this on a Friday night. I can go out for dinner with my friends. I can have plans on the weeknights again.
Yeah.
I just feel free to have the rest of my summer now.
To have control over your own schedule.
Mm-hmm.
Cheers to that. Well, Keagan, thank you so much for coming on again. Thank you for giving me my Love Island chat because nobody else in my life watched UK this season. I love you dearly. And with that, thank you guys so much for joining us. Bye.